Welcome back. This is English Podcast and Tech, and I am Charles. Before we start today's episode, I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of a person who changed the course of a world war and then was forgotten by the world? That is exactly the story we are telling today. This is episode 4 of our series, The People Who Built the Digital World. We have already met Ada Lovelace, Charles Babbage, and George Boole, 3 people who imagined and created the mathematical and mechanical foundations of computing. Today, we meet the person who connected all of those ideas and turned them into something real. His name is Alan Turing, and his story is one of the most extraordinary and most tragic in the history of science. Let's begin. As always, let's start with the key words for today. 8 words that will help you understand the story. The first word is code. A code is a system of symbols or rules used to represent information, especially to keep it secret. During World War II, armies used secret codes to send messages. If the enemy captured the message, they could not read it because it was in code. Repeat after me. Code. The second word is decrypt. To decrypt means to convert a secret code back into normal language, to break the code. Alan Turing built a machine to decrypt secret German messages during World War II. That machine helped win the war. Repeat after me. Decrypt. The third word is intelligence. Intelligence has 2 meanings here. First, the ability to learn and understand things. Second, secret information collected about an enemy. Alan Turing had extraordinary intelligence in both senses of the word. Repeat after me. Intelligence. The fourth word is model. A model is a simplified representation of something, used to understand or test ideas. Turing created a theoretical model of a computer called the Turing machine. It was not a real machine. It was a mathematical idea, a model of how any computer could work. Repeat after me. Model. The fifth word is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, or AI, means the ability of a machine to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Alan Turing was the first person to seriously ask, can a machine think? That question is the foundation of artificial intelligence. Repeat after me. Artificial intelligence. The sixth word is theorize. To theorize means to develop an explanation or idea based on reasoning before it is proven or tested. Turing theorized about computers, artificial intelligence, and machine learning decades before these things existed. Repeat after me. Theorize. The seventh word is classified. Classified means officially secret, information that only authorized people can access. Turing's work during World War II was classified for 50 years. Nobody outside the military knew what he had done or how important it was. Repeat after me. Classified. The eighth word is pioneer. A pioneer is a person who is the first to explore or develop something new. Alan Turing was a pioneer in computing, in cryptography, and in artificial intelligence. He opened doors that the whole world later walked through. Repeat after me. Pioneer. 8 words. Code, decrypt, intelligence, model, artificial intelligence, theorize, classified, pioneer. Now let's hear his story. The year is 1912. In London, England, a boy is born. His name is Alan Matheson Turing. From the very beginning, Alan is different. He thinks differently from other children. He sees patterns where others see nothing. At school, his teachers notice something unusual. Alan solves complex mathematics problems, but he does it in ways nobody has seen before. He does not follow the standard methods. He invents his own paths to the answer. One teacher writes in his report, "This boy is a genius, but he is also completely disorganized and difficult to teach." Alan goes to Cambridge University to study mathematics. He is an exceptional student. At Cambridge, he reads the work of great mathematicians, including George Boole, who we met in the last episode. And he begins to think about a fundamental question, one that nobody had asked so clearly before. The question is there a general method, a process, that can solve any mathematical problem? To answer this question, Turing invents an imaginary machine. He calls it the Turing machine. The Turing machine is not a physical object. It is a mathematical model, a theoretical idea. Imagine a very long tape, like a film tape. The tape is divided into small squares. Each square contains a symbol, either a 0, a 1, or it is empty. The machine reads the tape, one square at a time. Depending on what it reads, it follows a set of rules. It can write a new symbol, move left or right, and change its internal state. That is all it does. Read, write, move, follow rules. But here is the extraordinary thing. With those 4 simple actions, the Turing machine can solve any problem that any computer can solve today. Turing proves mathematically that any computation, any calculation, any algorithm can be expressed as a Turing machine. This idea becomes the theoretical foundation of all computer science. Every computer you use today is, in a fundamental sense, a Turing machine. But then, something happens that takes Turing's work out of the world of theory and into the real world. World War II begins. It is 1939. Nazi Germany is expanding across Europe. The situation is critical. The German military uses a machine called Enigma to encrypt all their messages. Enigma is an extraordinary encryption machine. It converts normal text into a completely unreadable code. The settings of the Enigma machine change every day. This means that even if the Allies capture a message today, tomorrow the code is completely different. The number of possible settings is so large that it is practically impossible to find the right one by hand. The British government brings together the best mathematicians, linguists, and puzzle solvers in the country. They work in a secret location called Bletchley Park. Alan Turing is one of them. Turing arrives at Bletchley Park and immediately begins to think differently from everyone else. While others try to break each message manually, Turing asks a different question: can we build a machine to decrypt Enigma automatically? He designs a machine called the bomb. The bomb is an electromechanical machine, large, complex, and extremely fast. It tests thousands of possible Enigma settings every hour. It finds the correct setting, and then the Allies can read all the German messages in secret. The Germans never know that their code has been broken. The intelligence obtained from decrypting Enigma messages is called Ultra. It is one of the most important secrets of World War II. Historians estimate that Turing's work shortened the war by 2 to 4 years and saved between 14 and 21 million lives. But all of this is classified, top secret. Nobody can know. After the war, Turing returns to academic life, and he continues to theorize, now about something even bigger. In 1950, he publishes a paper with a title that changes the history of science. The title is Computing Machinery and Intelligence. The paper begins with a simple question: can machines think? To answer this question, Turing proposes a test. He calls it the imitation game. The idea is simple. A human judge has a conversation using only text with two participants. One is a human, one is a machine. If the judge cannot tell which is the human and which is the machine has passed the test. Today, we call this the Turing test. It is still used as a reference point in artificial intelligence research. When you use a chatbot, when you talk to an AI assistant, when you interact with a language model, you are, in some sense, participating in a version of Turing's test. Alan Turing imagined all of this in 1950. Sadly, the years after the war were not kind to Alan Turing. In 1952, he was prosecuted by the British government and treated very unjustly. He died in 1954 at the age of 41. The exact circumstances of his death remain uncertain. In 2013, almost 60 years after his death, the British government officially apologized for how Alan Turing was treated. Today, his face appears on the British £50 note. The most important prize in computer science, equivalent to the Nobel Prize, is called the Turing Award. A man who saved millions of lives, created the theoretical foundation of computing, and pioneered artificial intelligence, finally has the recognition he always deserved. Let's review the 8 key words from today's episode. Code, a system of symbols used to keep information secret. The German Enigma machine created an almost unbreakable code. Decrypt, to convert a secret code back into normal language. Turing built the bomb machine to decrypt Enigma messages automatically. Intelligence, the ability to understand things or secret information about an enemy. Turing had extraordinary intelligence and produced extraordinary military intelligence. Model, a simplified representation used to understand ideas. The Turing machine is a mathematical model that defines what any computer can do. Artificial intelligence, the ability of a machine to perform tasks that require human intelligence. Turing was the first to ask whether machines could think, the central question of AI. Theorize, to develop ideas based on reasoning before testing them. Turing theorized about computers and AI decades before the technology existed. Classified, officially secret. Turing's wartime work was classified for 50 years. The world did not know what he had done. Pioneer, the first person to explore something new. Turing was a pioneer in computing, cryptography, and artificial intelligence. That is the story of Alan Turing, mathematician, codebreaker, pioneer, and father of computer science. A man who saved the world, and whose story the world did not know for 50 years. Today's phrase to remember is, he saved the world, but the world forgot him. It is a sad phrase, but it is also a powerful reminder that history does not always recognize its heroes immediately. Repeat after me. He saved the world, but the world forgot him. One more time. He saved the world, but the world forgot him. In the next episode, we meet Claude Shannon, the man who discovered that information itself can be measured and who created the language that the internet speaks. Leave a comment below with your answer in English. Do you think a machine can truly think? Why or why not? That question has no easy answer, not even for the best scientists in the world. But it is great English practice. See you in episode 5. This is Charles, and this is English Podcast and Tech.